Hello, this is Fuel the Soul, and I'm here with your reading for Virgo, January 2021. And let's see what comes out for Virgo. So it's kind of interesting, the few reads that I've been doing, I've been seeing like moves for people. So I wonder what's going to go on with Virgo. Let's see. It seems like people are in a state of change and a move, like a relocation even, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, let's see. Okay, one flew out. We have the Nine of Wands. Let's see, a few more cards for Virgo, please. Oh my. Okay, I'm going to take that. But I'm going to do, these came out first. So I'm going to try to do the order. So, Nine of Wands. The Strength card, very nice. We have the Four of Cups. Then we have Page of Pentacles. Huh. You have two pages. Oh, no, you don't have two pages. At Nine of Cups. That's really nice because that's your center. And I kind of try to look at it that way sometimes. I try to look at this as like you in the middle. Okay, card flip right there. It like flip. High Priestess. Couple more cards. Since we're already here, Virgo wants to come out. Okay, maybe you're like, because you're elated, you're happy about something. Let's see. Maybe this year's been better for you than you thought, huh? Maybe the unknown works for you. Let's see, three more cards for Virgo. Oh, these cards are getting stuck. Okay, some just flew out. So I'm going to, let's see. That's one. This one came out first. So I'm taking this one. It is the Eight of Wands. There's some movement there. We have the Fool. And we'll take one more card. I only saw two fly. So this is your last card. Let's see what is in the wings. Okay, hold on here. Hold on. Ah! Okay. All right. One more card for Virgo. January 2021. Virgo, show me what card will help best represent Virgo's energy. Right? So we want to know what's going on with Virgo. What is Virgo's energy like? 2021, January. Oh, those will make it fall out. Okay, I will take the top card. The Devil. What the heck? And then we have one more card here, and I'm going to keep it and flip it. The Three of Cups. Okay, so it feels like there is a lot of different emotions going on. I don't know why I'm feeling that, because the Devil gives me that feeling. And then you have the Three of Cups, right? That kind of just popped out. So I feel like, okay, I don't know, but it feels like in order to have this Nine of Cups happiness, I feel like Virgo is going through a lot of different emotions. And it's kind of funny because, let me read these cards first. Well, I'll just say it. Just before I got to your read, I literally had like a whole episode of emotions. And I didn't even know what was going on. Like, I was just like, what is this? And it could be, too, that I was kind of connecting with Virgo and Virgo's energy. So let's see what's going on. What I mean by that is that I was going through many feelings. So maybe January is a time where Virgo is beginning to feel very differently, like connecting better with himself or herself. Let's start. So the Nine of Wands, this person here, this energy, it feels like, I just feel like they've had to struggle, and they've had to do some things maybe that weren't nice all the time, but they did it. And they did it because they had to. So almost a sense of survival. And I'm not saying it's unfair or fair. It's just life, you know? Sometimes you have to make choices. And I feel like this person here, this soldier, is almost not ashamed, but he's like just sorry. He's sorry because maybe sometimes he had to do things and choices that he didn't like making or she liked making, but they had to, you know? They have to. They have to make some hard choices. The Strength card. Okay, so this is where the emotions start to move. The Nine of Wands, it's almost like I've had to make some decisions, and therefore good reason. And so that's kind of emotional, right? It's tough to make those calls. And then you see the Strength card. So this is another feeling, and it's almost like, okay, I had to make some decisions. I've had to make some tough things, maybe some things I didn't like doing or to others, but it's to get to this point where I felt like I had more strength and I had more control of my life. Four of Cups. I almost feel like maybe you hadn't been aware of so many things going on in your life and in your world. And so you were a bit of the Four of the Cups, where it's like you have a lot of things that go well for you. You know, some things go just good for you, Virgo. But it's almost like you don't even, like, almost like you don't appreciate it or you don't see it. And maybe the Strength card and some of those tough choices get you to the next step where it's you weren't seeing it and now you are seeing it. This is going to take you into a new stage where you will begin to see more of the reality. Maybe you were just in motion, you know, trying to make it and live and survive like everybody else. I feel like in January, that the choices you've made from your past, one of those will start you on a new path of strength and clarity. And the things that you didn't see before, you'll begin to see one at least that you will not be able to avoid. But it'll be a good thing. So from these tough sacrifices and the things that maybe you weren't so proud of, out of all those, there is one thing that will come through in January and will make you stronger. And you will see it in January of 21. And it might even be love. So a reconnection, an old connection, a long lost person, or maybe even just loving yourself. Seriously. And I'm not joking. Maybe secretly you act like everything's cool, but you're not inside. And maybe this is the steps to finding some stability that makes you happy. And you begin to like yourself. You begin to love yourself and understand yourself better. Like maybe like you just take another step into adulthood, a different type, you know? So like there's the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s and 60s, you know, and on and on. And maybe you step into a new stage of life. and you begin to appreciate yourself. So that's the top. Okay? The next row. So we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay? So if there's some kind of, okay, nice. Okay, and then we have the Nine of Cups. So in the center, we have the Page of Pentacles, which talks about having some kind of, I'm hearing a fluke of money or some kind of ability to create something new that's going to be lucrative. Now, it's not going to be banging crazy, but it looks like it makes you feel really, really good about it. Maybe it's a passion. Maybe there's just something that you've been enjoying comes out and is successful. Or whatever this is, this bit of money, and maybe this connection above about starting to get into your being happy with yourself and some of the tough choices you've had to make. Maybe those things kind of come together and they get you to this place where you're at the Nine of Cups. So January is a good time for you. You know, this could be a lot of those, that what they call like the aha moment, you know, where you're like, oh, I get it. Okay. Like, oh, I'm getting it now. Like, I don't have to prove myself to others, or I can be this way. If I don't want to share, I don't have to share. You know, like just things like that. Moments like this could be the Nine of Cups for you. The Page of Pentacles, it's like a money. It's an asset coming in, and that could be the results of the sacrifices above. Maybe you cut away and that allowed for more money or more ease into this happiness of Nine of Cups. The High Priestess, that's a bit of a funky energy in this card. It's almost like this is kind of like that Circus Olay energy almost, right? Like the mystique, you don't even know what they're going to do. And it's like all up in the air. And then, wow, you get this astonishing, wow production. And it's like, oh my God, I didn't even know that that was possible. And so Virgo might be going into a stage of that because you're in the Nine of Cups. You're already in a place where you're going to be really happy in January about multiple things. Multiple. And then you have this energy of the High Priestess, which is almost secretive, it's lucrative, it has this mystique, right? And that is kind of coming in as well. So maybe like, yeah, I feel like you're going through a stage. And I also feel that, yeah, I feel like you're going through a new stage of a way of feeling and being. And I think that that could be really nice because it's like Virgo's kind of been having, I think, a tough time in many stages of your life. And so, you know, it's nice to see you in the Nine of Cups energy where you're going to feel like, okay, I kind of did pretty well in 2020. Maybe you look at other people and you're like, you know, when I compare my shit to everybody else's, you know, mine's is pretty good. Mine's is a lot calmer than I thought. I was able to survive. I was able to get through these things. So that could be a lot of that. And that High Priestess energy could be almost the fact that you're stunned about it. Maybe you're stunned because you got away with a lot of things this year that, you know, you thought maybe you weren't going to be able to do. And that could be anything, okay? I'm not talking like Virgo sneaky and all that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, for example, I don't know, maybe like you claimed something on your taxes and it paid off, or you were able to talk your employer into paid vacation versus having to, you know, lose vacation days or something like this, something like that. So it's almost like you're kind of walking into this new energy of mystique. Maybe it's like a feeling of confidence too. Maybe these sacrifices in 2020 have brought you to a new place of strength. And now it's bringing you an awareness that you weren't paying attention to before. This allows for like fluidity and income and good energy to flow. And that's why we see you here at the 9 of Cups, where you're feeling complete. You're feeling good about yourself. The mystique that's coming through, well, that is like the unknown, right? It's almost magical and you're not sure. Like you're ready to walk into it. You're saying, I'm going to walk into it, but I don't really know what's going to happen. So maybe you've been putting your stakes out there in different places, making moves, having communication, having communication, and kind of saying, what the heck? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to kind of throw it out there and I'm just going to give it a different chance, a different way, a different opportunity. Like I'm just going to try it. Like I'm in that state where I'm willing to take a risk, you know? So I'm willing to make some moves. I'm willing to make some risky decisions. And I feel like they're again going into what I just said, like risky choices. And the devil card is about you kind of really understanding that it could pay off or it could not pay off. Okay? So maybe you're thinking about doing something a lot more riskier, I feel. Can I even say the word kind of scheming? And I don't even know if that's a good word or a bad word, but I mean like a little like this. Like I feel like you're doing this, like a little plan, a little plan. And that plan doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could just be that you're keeping it all to yourself. You're working on something, but you don't really want to share it with everybody. Because maybe you think it's kind of working for you this way, or maybe just privately. But I think you feel like you've had success in January. There's some kind of feeling of this success, but there's also this stepping into a new energy of like, I'm going to take some risks now. Maybe because you're feeling so good in January about something, maybe you get word that your employment is really happy with you and they're looking to move you, but it's going to be a type of position that requires being ruthless, being tough and not being not an easy position if it doesn't come natural to you. There's movement here. There's movement. And I look at this devil card, I see the Fool card, and I tell myself, well, I think you might be looking into something, getting into something risky. And I kind of want to tell you, think about what it is you're doing. I understand that we're all taking risks right now. This is really a crazy time. And you don't even know what to think these days. I mean, everything is just so out of control and out of whack. Nothing is in order. So perhaps Virgo is looking into taking a risk. So I would say, it seems like it's a quick thing. Like it might be even a quick decision that you make. So you're kind of in this state of like where you're feeling great about yourself and you kind of start thinking, well, maybe I could kind of take on a new challenge. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do that, And so it feels like you might even make quick moves, quick decisions. You communicate and you do something that maybe is not, that could be considered risky. That could be considered risky. For you, for anyone. Now, what's interesting is when all these flew out, this card flew out, the Three of Cups, which you have the Nine of Cups, and now you have the Three of Cups. Well, that's pretty damn good. So I feel like whatever this riskiness or this yeah, like something that just doesn't, I want to say, okay, give me a second here. Let me look. Yeah, I just feel like whatever this is, it's kind of risky and maybe doesn't look so pretty, you know? Whatever that is, because of the devil card. Because you have the Fool and you have the High Priestess right around it. Then we have this Three of Cups. I think I'm going to pull 3 cards on this. Or a couple of cards, sorry. Because to me, it seems like you're taking a risk. And you already are feeling good. So you just got to make sure that your state of mind is clear. So you do have the 4 of Cups up here. You have the Strength up here, though. So I just want to make sure that whatever these choices you're making in January that seem big to you, that you kind of dot those I's and cross those T's. And make sure you go over them, because the devil is heavy. Those are heavy cards. You know what? I think I'm going to use these cards. Let's see what I see here. Let's see. These are kind of funky cards, and they're going to be really different in the sense that I'm going to just try to see what the devil card is about in regards to Virgo. Let's see what we see. What is going on? What is this risk? This decision, this hasty decision, this like unknown decision, maybe like a risky, which doesn't have to be a bad thing at all. Risk is not a bad thing. But what is this risk? Oops, I got a lot of cards falling out. So give me 1 second. Okay, so risk is not a bad thing. So what is this risk though? Because we see the devil card. So it must not be easy. There is a false person. I felt like that wanted to kind of come out. Great fortune. And let's pull out one more card and see what is it that Virgo needs to know. That one wanted to come out. High honor. Let's see. Okay, so when we talk about the devil card, we see a false person, great fortune, and high honor. So it feels like this decision you're making, or this, okay, let's go back. This doesn't have to be a decision exactly. This could be also the environment that you kind of land in, or that you're kind of put in as well, I'm hearing. Okay? And it could be potentially not good, right? Because of the devil card and the Fool card. And then you have this High Priestess, which is kind of like unknown territory. We saw that the 3 of Cups is here. So it might feel good, but is it good, right? So let's see. I pull out these cards. False person, great fortune, and high honor. So when I see this, it tells me that whatever energy you're in January, anything that's not feeling clear to you, that is important to you, that has value to you, I think that you need to kind of make sure again that you dot those I's and cross those T's. You might be dealing with an energy that is not being true with you. And if it involves money, of course we want to make sure and take care of Virgo's money, right? So you want to be clear about that. And then we see high honor. So I think it's about protecting your assets and protecting your reputation. Okay? So if you're going to do something with another person in January, that might be business, personal, maybe you're making a commitment, whatever these things are, that I'm talking about that are really heavily related to your life. Not the simple things. I'm talking about something more that has a lot more cheddar to it for you, a lot more depth in your life. I think that you should kind of make sure that you're looking at things with clarity and not so quickly, okay? Like, don't just say yes to things immediately. Think, pause, and think. We want to keep you in the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a great state to be in. You have the Strength card, right? And we see you have really great cards around you. This Devil card anchoring, though, tells me that there might be somebody that's not being all up front with you, or that you might be taking a risky step that has paid off for you before, but maybe this time you need to relook at that, you know? Like, don't jump into hot water so quickly. Look at the fine print. Look at that person that you're dealing with, and maybe have agreements made, commitments, understandings. Maybe it's more, whatever this is, taking time instead of just doing things so quickly, because this is a new year and there's a lot of volatility out there. And so we want you to be in the Three of Cups energy and in this Nine of Cups. So it almost looks like this could be a very successful situation, but you're going to be working or dealing or being in a situation that maybe people aren't being wholly honest with you. So that's what I'm saying. Just because they're false people doesn't mean that you can't work with them. Like, how many people do we know that are full of bull, but we still work with them? You know, they're good workers, or they're good people, or we're related to them and we don't have a choice. You deal with it. So it's something like this. But I think that in January also, I think I'd like you to watch your money. Don't do any major investment in January. Okay? Like, just watch your reputation, watch your money, and stay in the Nine of Cups. And don't jump into things so quickly, because you're all right. You're in like in a lot of stages, and this could be because, like, again, you might be going into a new term of time, like in your life. And so maybe there's a lot of new things popping up for Virgo, where Virgo is looking at self, looking at finances, and looking at life. Um, and so uh, maybe, like, for example, let's just say someone's asking you to invest in something. Maybe you don't invest in January. Maybe you do your homework in January so that you stay in the Nine of Cups energy. I think whatever this is, it's going to work out, but it's because you have to be on top of your game instead of being unattentive, because it's risky. Whatever this is, if you want to jump into something, it's going to be risky. And you're going to be dealing with people that aren't going to be telling you the whole truth. And it probably involves money and your reputation. So you can jump into this, but you better make sure that if you're going to jump into this, that it's something that you feel like you've done the homework and now you're willing to step into something new. We all take risks, and that's fine. So I just think that whatever it is, it's pretty risky, and maybe you don't want to do it. Maybe you stay in the Nine of Cups and you wait. So that's a personal choice, but that's a personal choice. But I don't see like stealing and stuff like that. It's more just like, do you want to put yourself or your money or your energy into something that maybe is controversial even, you know? So that's kind of what I'm seeing in January for Virgo. But I do see that Virgo has come to a state too where Virgo's feeling really good about himself or herself. And maybe because you've made sacrifices and you've come to a new state of being yourself, I think maybe where you can learn to appreciate yourself and recognize self, that's helping you to get to this place of Nine of Cups where I think you ultimately want to reach that goal. Maybe you don't have all the Nine of Cups, but I feel like you're feeling that you're there, that you're getting there. Um, let's see. Again, we talked about maybe this, whatever this is, a choice or an investment, a communication with a person. I'd say think about any moves, and maybe think about waiting till you get more information, and maybe don't make a sudden move in January. Maybe see what else is coming, because it's kind of it's a risky proposition, whatever it is. And it looks like it can be very successful, right? That card was the next card. But you're not going to be dealing with maybe someone that's always on the up and up with you, or maybe a situation that isn't very clear, and then you've got more red tape hanging over that you didn't know about. So it's something like this, right? Okay. So it's good to kind of get a little idea and like a reminder to be alert, okay, about your finances, about any new major plans in January that involve money and your reputation. Maybe kind of look at it before you make a choice so that you feel like you're clear. And then this Three of Cups, right? Let's see let me pull 3 more on here. Okay. I saw the Ace of Pentacles right under. So is Virgo's, this bottom row of the Fool, the Devil, and the Eight of Wands. What is this about? Look at that. The Ace of Swords came out. Right? So it's on your mind, and it could be something big. We have the Three of Wands. Maybe you're thinking about moving, huh? One more card for Virgo to explain to me what this is about. Maybe you're thinking about, I heard jumping ship. No, but I mean like what is this about? Maybe you're thinking about moving on. And that's why this Ace of Swords, because you're probably set on something. One more card for Virgo. Show me what's going on here. It looks like it's going to be successful, but it's just risky. Whatever these thoughts are that you're thinking about doing, or whatever, you know, project. One more card for Virgo, please. Explain to me, is it going to be successful, this move, this change? This last row with the Devil and the Three of Cups, we see like there's a move. I think there's a move now, right? Like a make a move, and then there's a move. Maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe that's the risk. God, everybody wants to move. And let's see. Okay, you have a couple of cards. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands, which talks about like thinking about moving, thinking about the past, thinking about the present. And then also you have the Five of Wands. It's almost like you don't want to deal with the fight, the struggle anymore. And maybe you're like, you know what? I'm looking for that change. I'm feeling good and I want to stay there. So you're really ready to make a drastic change in your life. Maybe that's what this is all about, because you're looking for that happiness. And I think you have some of these cups. But I feel like once I see these cards, I feel like you want a definite change. And you'll be successful in it. But you just got to watch it, because it involves risks. And you have to just make sure that whatever you're choosing to do, that you leave things maybe kind of right, so that covers your reputation, that you know you can afford this change or project or whatever. That would be the Great Fortune here. I'm sorry, did I say that? High Honor, Great Fortune, sorry. And then whomever you're going to make a change for or do business with, or whatever energies you'll be working with, dealing with, in your environment. You want to make sure that you're seeing them for what they really are, right? Are they the kind that you can do business with? Are the kind you can trust and be in partnership, in romance, in life? But I feel like you're thinking about jumping and moving. Geez, everybody wants to move. That's really what I've been, the theme for the last few card readings have been like a move. Like you want to make a move. It's almost like I would love to say this, and I don't know if this makes sense to you guys, but maybe this isn't the right state. But it's almost like move out of California. It's been too toxic, and you're ready. You're ready to. You're ready for a big change. Too much work, too much battle, too much time, and it could be very successful for you. And that's just an example, like a California. It could be wherever you're from. But you're like wanting to make a change. But I think whatever it is risky. So I think you really have to look at that change and those choices for January. So this is the beginning of January. So maybe you have a lot of thoughts on your mind. Maybe you're like a lot of people going, okay, I'm ready for something different. You know, like I'm tired of California, or I'm tired of my job. I'm tired of this marriage. I'm tired of relationships that fail. I'm tired of my paycheck not being great. You know, I want the Nine of Cups. I want to be happy, and I want the things that matter to me to matter to me. And I've had to just kind of survive, and I don't like it. And I want to stay in the Nine of Cups energy. Like I want to continue feeling hopeful and feeling successful. And I'm feeling a bit of success now, and I don't want to lose that success. So I'm willing to take some risks and change the environment and make a move, because I don't want to deal with this anymore. But I'm going to have to deal with people, and maybe in a new job or something even, and I may have to start all over again. And my reputation might have to deal, my reputation might have to be on the line here. Or like if I'm in a relationship, who I'm merging with, I got to make sure that this person is who I think they are, and are representing themselves right. And how much will this change cost me? Or can I gain more? Will I be gaining more by doing this? But it looks to me like I just feel like you're going to be successful in it. So it's a lot of, and I think you're just thinking about all these different things. I don't know if you're doing any of this, but I think you're thinking about it. You really are. And you're not alone. Many of the signs are thinking about a move, about making a big shift in their life and keeping what they have, because if you only have this much, which is not, I'm saying a lot or a little, but whatever it is you have, you want to keep it. You want to keep it. You want to keep it. And you want to expand it. You want to make the best that you can out of it. And so I think a lot of people in January of 21 are really thinking about a real big shift. And that could be like a risk. And that's what I'm seeing here. I think you're thinking about, well, if I do this, if this could really work for me. Should I do this? Should I merge with these people? Should I not? Should I sell my home? Should I move out of California? Should I, whatever, it's things like this, like a big shift. Okay? Okay. So I'm Feel the Soul, and I'm happy to be here with you. Please like this video. Like, please, because it helps me with my videos to circulate them. I'm tiny here. I got nobody. I'm just a few people. I'm a little peon in the big world. Anyways, I'll be back mid-January. Let's see what happens. Let's see what's going on. Maybe things will be different, and your focus will shift. Things can always change, and so where will we be mid-month? I don't know, right? Maybe you'll still be thinking about this big change. Okay, I'm Feel the Soul. Happy New Year, and I wish you all the best. I'll be back mid-month. Bye.